and I'm going to explain why I did this. My choice is LeBron.
I'm logging off.
No, listen, bro. You can log off. Listen, you can log off what you want.
But for body, that's valid.
Was no question Shaq to me. Passing, no question.
What?
Shaq. Are you serious?
You just argued that Shaq was 350 out of shape and you're going to put him on body? You said his whole career he was like 350.
Bro, did it say athleticism or does it say body?
Body.
All right, so I chose Shaq. He's the hugest body in basketball history. Why are you really arguing that, bro? Cut it out.
Yeah, when you just
Shaq, I chose Shaq for body. He's the most dominant player ever because of his body size. Literally, not because of his skill set, because of his body.
One-on-one, he cannot be guarded.
You chose Yao Ming for body on Rockets. So yeah.
No, you chose Yao Ming for body.
I did. You didn't do the Rockets.
Bro.
All right.
Go ahead.
Right. So I chose him.
Your list is already flawed. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So you did. Of course I chose him.
Bro, you spent 20 minutes calling
Shaq right now is crazy. You could have stopped me anywhere else, but you stopped me on Shaq. You looking wild right now. Go ahead.
Because you literally said the man was. Bro, you're bugging. Go ahead. You're right. It's your list. It's your list. Go ahead.
If there's anything Shaq goes on a list for, it's a body list in the Lakers history, bro. Like, come on, like, stop. And yes, he was. It's not denying my point of he was out of shape and all of that shit. So, but guess what? In Shaq's prime, because like you said, he played himself into shape by All-Star game, Mace. So the niggas, his body still had him averaging 37 a game in the finals. So yes, obviously I'm choosing Shaq as body. I literally didn't expect you to have any pushback.
I'm surprised you did, honestly.
And who was your body person again?
LeBron.
Exactly, bro. Stop! Don't ever disrespect me like this again.
Don't
ever disrespect me like that again, bro.
You sound absurd,
like that again, bro.
You chose
LeBron over Shaq for fucking body.
Dude, 6'9", 250, 1% body fat over someone 7 foot 350 pounds.
About his body fat, bro.
Move on with your list.
You also said what contributed to his body fat being so low, though.
Balco. Thank you. You gave him credit for Balco. He's not on the list.
Still there, bro. Call it what you want. Look at the number. It's cool. Go ahead.
Lance Armstrong is still there too.
No, he's not. He's barred. He's been kicked out of the Hall of Fame and took everything. Bad point. Moving on, bro.
He never. Build your perfect player list. So I'll put that on the screen so y'all know what it is. So we're gonna build the perfect player with the Lakers and the Rockets. We'll do the Rockets first. Go ahead, Scoop. Do your Rockets list.
All right, so Pete, like I was telling Meeks, this random video came up on my For You page on TikTok where these brothers were sitting down, podcast format, and they had this template with these 9 categories on it where they build a perfect player. Everybody, I mean, if you watch iBall, you know I'm the resident Rockets fan, and it just so happened that the video that popped up on my For You page was them making the perfect Rockets player. The 9 categories are shooting, IQ, defense, scoring, athleticism, rebounding, body, handles, and passing. Whoever you pick for the category, you can only use them once, and you can use anybody who ever played for that team, past or present. So I'm going to start with shooting. I picked James Harden. Because statistically, he has a lot of franchise records for the Rockets in shooting. He literally helped change the way shooting is being done in the league, as far as the way he creates shots, the way he's able to shoot off the dribble. I mean, people absolutely hate his double, triple, quadruple step back, but everybody was doing that shit. But as far as being able to hit difficult shots and create his own shots, when he had that prime Mohawk Harden run with Houston, it was undeniable whether you liked it or not. You could not stop this nigga from shooting. And 90% of his shots weren't even catch and shoot. They were off the dribble, him creating his own shots, splitting double teams, you name it. My alternative picks I feel like could fit in that category. Fred VanVleet, Eric Gordon, and by technicality, only because he hasn't played a game in the Rockets uniform yet. I didn't pick Kevin. I didn't pick Kevin Durant as my primary on any of these, but he is honorable mention in a couple of them. So other than James Harden, I could have went Fred, Kevin Durant, Eric Gordon.
You definitely cannot pick Kevin Durant. Nigga. He has not
and
played.
I was like, nah, that's cheating, bro, because he ain't even
Yeah,
laced them up
definitely.
yet.
I ain't even thinking him because clearly he ain't played a minute. Like, cut it out.
So IQ, Mace is going to run home and call his mom and dad about this one. I got Chris Paul for IQ. The only other
That's my IQ player
the
too.
only other people I could have plugged into that spot
That's an
other than
easy
Chris
pick, bro.
Paul, right? I could have went Olajuwon, Clyde
Elijah
Drexler.
wanted it. Okay, let's get.
But the
Elijah
reason
Wan could
why
go in other positions
the
though.
I know,
reason
bro.
No
the
Diddy.
reason why I did not put Olajuwon for IQ, because for me he was the clear choice for defense.
Listen to me. I
No.
have no problem with putting Chris Paul there. I talk a lot of ish about Chris Paul, but as a basketball player, I will not talk about him. He has one of the highest IQs I've ever seen. Legit.
Facts.
No cap.
So
It's like I gotta wait for the joke when he's saying something about Chris Paul. It's crazy.
yeah,
He finally said, "Hey, y'all who watch iBall, that's the first time Mace has been seriously giving a compliment to Chris Paul,
that's the first
probably
time
Yeah,
I give it
because
ever
this is
done.
this is because you got to
ever."
think this is a hard list to put because, like you said, there's too many people that can go anywhere, but you got to be specific about where you put a person
You
because it
have
mess
Don't
your whole
walk,
list up.
yeah, don't walk your compliment back though, B.
No, you still no, I still don't like the nigga, but he right.
Yeah,
so
backhanded
so
compliment.
for defense, it was clear Hakeem Olajuwon for defense. He is the best defender that the Houston Rockets has ever had. He actually leads the franchise in both blocks and steals from the center position. You know what I'm saying? As far as defense, the other honorable mentions, I could have went Shane Battier, Moses Malone, or coked up Vernon Maxwell. Uh, Scoring, I picked uh man's just got his orange jacket. He is literally a top 10 all-time NBA scorer all time. My nigga Melo. I got Carmelo Anthony for scoring. Outside of
Ah,
Carmelo, you could have went Tracy McGrady, James Harden, or Kevin Durant.
you can't use Melo, Houston Melo on this list, man. Nah.
Wait,
No,
I don't wait. Oh, wait,
it's not Houston Melo per se, but
it's just
because he
period.
played for the
Who put
team.
the
I
jersey?
feel you, but in my list, if I felt like you had to be doing something in that role
That
on
wasn't the
on that,
rules though. The rules was just at the
you're
position
supposed to
playing
keep
the
it
jersey.
genuine. You're supposed to
I'll
keep it
allow
genuine.
But
it.
scoring for me is Melo because no matter where he was on the court, you had to guard him. He could shoot the long ball, the mid range, close range. No matter
Yeah,
wherever he had the ball in his hands, that you had to guard him.
Melo is one of my favorite players ever. I would never be mad at Melo going on any list. So
Absolutely.
I'm trolling.
Factual.
I'm trolling, obviously,
Yeah,
but
So
you know.
that's why I didn't put him on here because I'm like, I thought about him and I'm like, nah, Melo. My memories of Melo in that Rockets uniform ain't what they supposed to be. So I'm
oh
not.
yeah, it hurts, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm just taking it for the player in their prime who just happened to wear the jersey when they were there.
nah, I don't like that, man. Yeah,
But it's
So
fair.
I got you.
so athleticism, I went Tracy McGrady for,
Pause.
for the simple fact that Kobe Bean Bryant said out of his mouth, we already alluded to this earlier, he could do everything I could do. He just happens to be 6'8". Now,
Mm,
6'8",
mm.
And he said,
vertically,
and super athletic.
Hey, I gotta. I'm gonna get. I'm just talking about ish. I gotta give you pushback because if you're going to use Melo, why wouldn't you use Russ for athleticism for this list? Because Russ at his peak athleticism, bro. Like what are you talking
He
about?
could have used a couple niggas before.
there's a
That's what
there's
I'm saying.
a
Like, how are you going to use Melo for scoring, but use Tracy for this, but not Russ, who is athletically beyond gifted past Tracy? If you watch the highlight, we're talking about just athleticism, nothing else.
right,
Like, what? Why didn't you go Russ?
because at the end of the day, and that was my dilemma with athleticism. It was either going to be Tracy McGrady, Russell Westbrook, or Dwight Howard. because Dwight Howard for his size was freakishly athletic. Russell Westbrook for his size was freakishly athletic. But at the end of the day, when
I
you're
got a
building a
sleeper.
team and you gotta have a super athletic nigga on your team, are you going with 6'4" athletic or are you going 6'8"?
I
I'm
would
going
technically go
athletic,
7 foot.
the
I'll go
most
7'6" with them
athletic.
with the white.
Nah, man.
But
I'm going with
because
the
of the
most.
but because of the other categories, and I knew I had to put Tracy McGrady as a primary on one of these categories because it wasn't going to be body because the nigga's injury prone. So I was like, okay, I'll give him athleticism because he was crazy athletic for his height.
Okay, question. Why didn't you give Tracy McGrady scoring if he can do more than James Harden can do physically with legitimately scoring, basket, back to the basket, 3-pointer, all that? Like Tracy McGrady said, he has everything, even from a finishing standpoint. Why didn't you put him at scoring? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just wonder why you didn't do it.
Because I edged Carmelo Anthony over Tracy McGrady.
I got you. Okay. Fair deal.
So rebounding. And my honorable mentions were Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, Jalen Green. Even though fuck Jalen Green. But but he can jump out the gym. I can't deny that. Rebounding, I went Dwight Howard.
Mm-hmm.
My honorable mentions were Charles Barkley, Yao Ming, and Moses Malone, specifically because Moses Malone is the franchise leader in rebounds.
Facts.
But with the combination of size and athleticism, I need D12 on those boards.
Okay.
Body, I might fuck y'all up with this one, but body, I went Clyde Drexler.
Hell nah.
6'7", 220, didn't really have a lot of injuries in his prime. Just the same Clyde Drexler who gave
That
my
nigga
GOAT the
wasn't
business in the
220, man.
early
They
years.
gassed that on them when they wrote that nigga shit out, man. That nigga wasn't no
But
220.
I mean, he was fit. He wasn't injury prone. You know what I'm saying? He was athletic. You know what I'm saying? Clyde,
That's why you should he should
Mike is,
you didn't say him on athleticism, bro. I had to let you live. I'm like, how is he not
but
honorable
it's,
mention?
Yeah,
Clyde the
that's the
Glide's not
glide,
honorable
bro.
mention.
That's pretty athletic,
I'll
bro.
let you
Name
get
is
your
the
shit off, but
glide.
I'm like, my boy is bugging not having him honorable mention on
yeah,
on
honorable mention, I should have put him over Jalen Green, no
yeah,
cap.
before you got him on
Yeah,
body,
bro.
no Diddy pause on the whole body segment of
But
this.
body was a tough one for me. I'm not gonna hold you.
Not for me, man. Let me get to my list, man.
But body, I went Clyde. Honorable, I went Melo, Dwight Howard, Steven Adams.
You bugging on that one, my boy.
That's not one that I was proud of.
Steven Adams is crazy.
Handles for me was easy.
He said Steven Adams is crazy.
Hey, that nigga
Yeah,
could live
he's
a
too,
house.
but him being on the list is just crazy to me. That's all. I
We're
didn't even
just
think about
building.
him.
We're building people, bro. You
Yeah,
can't.
you're right. You're right. I just
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about him at all.
You
But
said that's crazy. Steven Adams on the list.
did you already say your handles joint?
No, I'm about to get into handles right
All
now.
right,
So
my fault.
for me, handles was easy. I gave it to Skip.
Yeah, but I said it better be skipping
I
right
give
for
it to Ray for
Randall.
Austin. Even the honorables were. I mean, you got Steve Francis, Chris
Franchise.
Paul, and James Harden.
What about
I
But
got.
Catino?
Catino
You know
Mobley was slept on.
yeah, do
He's
you have him
after. Yeah,
anywhere as an honorable mention? Catino, just wondering.
he
Oh yeah,
should have been
Catino.
honorable mention on shooting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. There's a couple of people
I
I
didn't
could.
do no honorable mention. I did a couple of them, but I can do honorable mention off the top of my head.
Catino could have been honorable mention on shooting. Mario Ellie, Kiss of Death.
That's my go. All right, man. See, you saying all the honorable mentions. You naming my list, man. Cut it out with the honorable mentions, man.
All
Stop.
right, so for the last category, passing, I put Russ because you can't average a triple double without dishing out. You know what I'm saying? Without dropping dimes, and he proved multiple seasons, multiple times that he can get this shit done.
I don't like your list because the niggas
People say
wasn't
he was a
doing.
rebound chaser
I don't like your list.
and cool, but passing it's like yo,
He's like,
passing
I
it was
like
either
your list.
I like some of your lists, but some of your players I don't like that you didn't put that when they was good on Houston though. You picking people on certain spots that they wasn't good on Houston, and that just it ain't sitting right with me, man. It's just because I did mine the opposite. That's
and
all.
right because but at the end of the day, that's not how I did my list. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
did who wore the uniform and when they
yeah.
were, you know what I'm saying, they
Like
weren't at their best.
Russ at passing, he wasn't like that
I
Russ
think
no
he's going
more.
in prime
I
because they
feel you.
wore a uniform at some
Right,
Yeah,
point.
I feel you.
because everybody I picked weren't good when they were with Houston. But
Yeah.
I'm just
True.
thinking about the player as a whole.
Okay.
And then my honorables for passing were Chris Paul, Calvin Murphy, because he is the franchise assist leader, and Big fella, I think he's an underrated passer. Alfred Şengün, I like it.
Okay. Make sure you did the Houston list or not?
Nah,
Uh,
I got the other list.
All right, let me fix
I
your
want to
list,
hear the list,
Scoop.
Scoop. Let's hear me talk about it.
Scoop, I made my list based upon at least I'll say most of this is they was fitting this category during their time in Houston. So shooting
okay,
I did first. I picked Mario Ellie off top.
kiss of
Now,
death.
now there was a couple of people that I could have chose with him because Houston is not known for having a bunch of shooters, an
Yeah,
all-time list. They're
we
just
did
not.
have Robert Horry at one point too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If Robert Horry is the guy you're thinking of as your top shooter, then you ain't gotta your shooters ain't like that as far as the franchise. So
That's the
I'm just
truth,
being
though.
honest. I'm unbiased, non-Rockets fan, and just being unbiased. So my shooter, I went with Mario Ellie, and for anybody who out there, y'all may want to disrespect this pick. Yeah, Mario Ellie only had 352 three-pointers made, and he only had 344 games on the Rockets. But that doesn't matter to me because he was a great shooter, mid-range and three-pointer. He was somebody that stretched the floor out before they was talking about floor stretchers, and it wasn't a lot of black dudes that was stretching the floor like that. He was one of them, and most of his shots came off of jumpers, and he shot a good percentage all most of the time. And if he played in this era, he would be shooting 10 to 12 threes a game, and he was shooting he was literally shooting two threes a game back then, but he was considered a shooter. So I'm just saying, if you fast forward to these times, Mario Elliott would be killing in this league and would be a great shooter. And if he got to shoot, like I see Jalen Green is on the fucking already have 779 three-pointers made in 307 games as a Houston Rocket. And Mario Ellie played 344 games and made 352 three-pointers. But if he played in this era, he would have shot 700 by now too, and he'd have more three-pointers made than Jalen Green, because he's a better three-point shooter than Jalen Green. So that's why I picked Mario Ellie, and a lot of his good years was on the Rockets. And he wasn't just like he wasn't a high volume shooter. They didn't have high volume back there. It was a big man era. For those of y'all who just don't know the era, it was the 85 point games, 83 points a night, 79 point games and shit like that. And bro was out there, solid 10, 11, 12
Hitting them when
points,
they counted.
hitting the threes and yeah, in contested, uncontested, coming off of screens. He could hit him off the dribble. Mario Ellie was a good player, and especially shooter wise. I put him on the joint. And you could argue other players, but that's my person. Defense, I went with Hakeem, no question. We agreed on that. Athleticism, I'm mad you didn't even mention this nigga, man. Don't ever disrespect this nigga like that again by not mentioning him on the athleticism list, and he played on your team, Scoob. Gerald Green is the number one most athletic nigga that ever put on a Rockets uniform.
Ooh.
Ever.
That's
So
facts. That's facts.
so you didn't even mention him as an honorable mention. So I'm like, this nigga disrespecting my guy like this. I can't believe this. So but Gerald Green is the
That's my nigga.
he's more athletic than Clyde the Glide and any nigga you can name. Stevie franchise. I love Steve. Stevie's my honorable mention is Stevie. I
Right,
just
because he
chose
was
a
only like
backup
six
person.
two, man. That nigga had bounce
Yeah, he was 6'2", 6'3", with his shoes on type shit.
and couldn't
And
even
yeah,
palm a basketball.
yeah, cuffing the ball and cocking that bitch back like DeMar DeRozan before DeMar DeRozan. And with the crazy handle, and you can shoot like Stevie franchise, one of my favorite players ever. So I had to
Yeah,
say
I
him
fucks
as
with
second.
Gerald Green though. I like that.
Yeah, Gerald Green's number one, no question. Any team he was on, he was the most athletic nigga probably in the history of that franchise. But we could argue other niggas, but he literally had MJ athleticism, if not more. And Vince Carter, same vertical as them two. So franchise is my second person. With body, pause. Yao Ming is body, bro. That was an easy pick for me. When you said Clyde and somebody else extra, I'm like, nah, Yao is huge. So he wasn't small either. He wasn't bony, but he had a
Oh, he was
decent.
like 7'6", like 380,
Yeah, he had
370.
weight on him. Yeah, he
But
had
that
weight
but
on
that
him.
weight came with the height because he wasn't no
Yeah,
flabby nigga. Like he was solid to be that fucking big, bro.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I chose him for body, no question.
I fucked with that.
Passing, I put James Harden at passing. I ain't mad at the Russell Westbrook. I understand why you picked him. Russell was a great passer, and even on the Rockets, it was one of them triple double years, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So he's always gonna get you 10, 11 assists. But obviously he's just not known as a passer. He's more of a they forced him to be a point guard. And you can tell when a guy's a natural point guard. James Harden obviously been playing point guard his whole life, and then he got moved to the two. But
Mhm.
Russell was the opposite. He clearly haven't been playing point guard and got moved to the one, and he been learning. When he had the mid range game going is when he was able to open up his skills as a point guard. But if he can't hit the shots, then his other attributes aren't as prevalent out there. So I had Harden, no question as passing. I could have put him in like you did in different categories. We could have put him in shooting, scoring, and passing, and even handles. We could have considered James Harden on there, but passing for James, IQ, CP3, no question. We agreed on that. And I didn't even think about nobody else. It was CP3. Scoring, T Mac. That's why I put T Mac, no question. Like I feel like it's disrespectful to put Melo as the scorer, but I understand it's because you put T Mac somewhere else too. So, but to me, it was like I gotta put T Mac here because he's the better scorer than anything, and there's no better scorer in Houston history than T Mac in his prime. So even though it didn't last that long. So rebounding, this is probably the one that I said. This is the one I said was a stretch before the show. Is I chose Barkley, which you chose him as an honorable mention. Barkley was my rebounding, but that's just because I used Hakeem on defense.
And
Hakeem was one of the
Barkley's
people.
name was literally the round mound defense.
Right. It was like, damn, I already used. And I literally have Hakeem scratched out, and then I put Barkley on the side because I forgot
Yeah.
that I had already used Hakeem on the other joint. And then handles we agreed on Skip to my loot, but I put
Yeah.
Skip slash Stevie franchise because
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. If all right, if you put Stevie franchise, if he never made the league and that nigga was at Rucker Park for his whole life, he would have been skipped to my loot.
Facts.
So them niggas is the same to me. Yeah, Skip is obviously the go. He came from street ball having handles, and he fathered the whole hot sauce and professor.
Mhm.
He fathered all of them niggas. So salute to him for that. And even me, he inspired all of us. He ain't fathered me, but he inspired me. Stevie franchise inspired me more than most people. Like,
Absolutely.
but point
Absolutely.
guard
Beast.
wise, I wanted to be like Stevie franchise. I just never could jump as high as Steve, but wanted to definitely be like Stevie. But yeah. So Skip and Stevie is both together on that. All right, let's go straight to the Lakers list and make sure you start it off.
Let's get it popping. All right. So we're gonna start off with the handle. I went with Jerry West as number one, or Nick Van Axel. You know the game. Don't play with Nick. Nick the quick for a reason.
Nick
Nick
the
is a
Quick.
monster. We gonna get that out the way now. Passing. I feel like this is a clear cut. We're just gonna go with Magic. Just the Showtime
No
Lakers.
question.
Just not even close. Now, body. Here's where it's at, and I'm gonna explain why I did this. My choice is LeBron.
I'm logging off.
No, listen, bro. You can log off. Listen, you can log off
No,
all you
but
want
for
to,
body, that's valid though.
but you have to understand. You have to let me go through my list, and it's going to make sense. I know who you
You
want
should
to
have
say.
chose that last then.
Nope, I have to choose LeBron because he's 6'9", 250, 1% body fat, and honestly, he's on steroids. What are we gonna do? Like, like, let's be clear. Like, bro, the nigga's on
Yeah, they
Labalco.
steroids.
curveball that one
I'm
today.
just, I'm just talking about a physique standpoint. That's all.
That's valid.
That's just physique, nothing else. Because,
Word
like you
to
said, hate it or love it, that needle be having that boy at 0% body fat, bro,
word
and
to
he be out here.
Balco.
Yeah, that's facts. Now we're gonna go defense. I went with Michael Cooper.
I
The
knew
reason
it.
I chose Michael Cooper because them 8 all NBA defensive
I
team.
like
Because I
that.
can't put Kobe there, so I gotta put Michael there. And you're gonna
Cooper
agree to where
Loop,
I put
nigga.
Kobe. IQ. Let's just get this out the way now. It's fucking Kobe. And we're not even going to discuss it because it's called Mamba mentality. That's transcended his existence. The fact that the man's not here and people are still using his IQ and what he's done to have successful business practices, it's IQ hands down. And like you said, Meeks, he was a student of the game. When everybody else thought they were good, when T-Mac rested on his laurels, he went and sought Hakeem Olajuwon. He went and sought other greats. He went to learn. He wanted to know how to beat you, break you, dismantle you, what you liked, what you didn't like. Kobe was so ahead of the game, he was sending niggas out the day before games to go eat and stuff. So you came to the game the next day. He was like, oh, you kind of worn out tonight, huh? Now let's run. You gonna run for 60 minutes.
Kobe
Get ready.
would learn your language to talk shit to you in
You
your
understand,
language.
bro? That IQ is
That is
crazy.
that
Hey,
is
even Phil
stupid.
Jackson will tell you Kobe has the highest IQ ever. Like he was
Hands
he was
down.
he was 18 years old in the hotel room only watching tape when everybody was doing everything else. Kobe was
Being 18.
demanding that they send the tapes upstairs that he have the tapes of every single game and the tapes of the next opponents along
Yep.
with the game from last night
He was
Yep.
every single
maniacal,
night.
bro.
Yeah.
He
So
was a fucking
IQ,
maniac.
You can put him
yeah,
as if it's an IQ list ever, you could just put
yeah,
Kobe.
it's there. Yeah, it's hands down. Not really a question.
And just like you said, Mace, it's the fact that people took Mamba mentality and didn't just apply it to basketball. Like they're applying it to life in general.
Yeah,
That part.
You know
businesses.
what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
So that's a fire ass pick.
IQ. All right. So scoring, I think you guys are gonna like this one. I went with Luca for scoring, just off GP. However, honorable mention that people don't give enough respect to Lamar Odom with the lefty, bro. That
6'10".
boy could do everything with that basketball. He just didn't have the drive. He could shoot. He could finish. He shot free throws. He could hit
He
the
could
three. He could
dribble.
post. Scoring wise, Lamar Odom was a Swiss Army knife. He was a
If that was
monster.
an ability category, I would feel you, but I can't give him scoring because he just didn't
Well,
have
but
no
the
scoring
reason I no, the
seasons.
reason I put him in scoring is because he could do everything. That's why I put him.
He was
I feel
versatile.
you.
His
Yeah,
ability to
he's a
do
Swiss
everything.
Army knife like
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
His ability to
Absolutely.
do everything with the ball was nice.
Yeah,
Athleticism, honorable mention, Shannon Brown. Give the man some credit.
that's
Shannon
my
Brown
number one right there.
he's not my number one.
Ain't
Russ's honorable
nobody more
mentions.
athletic than
Yes,
Shannon
it is,
Brown.
bro. I'm about to tell you. Yes, it is. It's
Nah,
Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt is number one. And I'm gonna prove it to you. You ready?
hell nah.
All right, watch this. You're about to lose. Ready? Wilt Chamberlain, 7'1, 7'8 wingspan, 275. He won the high jump, the triple jump in college, and he has a bro. You can't win the triple jump in college and not have athleticism and the
Yeah.
high jump, and he has bro, he's
Bro,
7'1.
if Shannon Brown would have tried to do the high jump in high school, what the fuck you think that nigga would have in college? What you think he'd have
But
did?
what I'm saying is you're talking
He
about a
just
person
probably
who
didn't even play that sport. That's all.
but we're talking about athleticism, a man who won the triple jump
Yeah, it's crazy.
gold
No,
medal,
I'm not. I
and
can't
then
dispute
high
it.
jump, gold medal. 7'1, 7'8 wingspan, 275 on a 7'1 frame. You ever see that man work out, bro, at Venice Beach? That dude was racking. Like he's a
Everything.
beast.
Nah, no question. You should have put
Yeah.
him on body then.
No, I couldn't because I need him for athleticism. Because any man who wins a triple jump in an Olympic sport and then comes back to basketball, bro,
I
that dude's a
don't like
freak.
Wilt. I don't like Wilt shit because his shit too inflated. Niggas got too many folklore stories about him,
Listen,
bro.
I'm not
So
going
I
for.
don't
I'm
know if
just
that nigga won the triple jump and the high jump in the same
but
year.
there,
I don't want to. I
you
don't
can
know if I
go pull
believe
up
it.
the videos, bro. He can. That's what I'm saying. There's videos of this. Like, dude
I
is a
need to see it.
freak.
I'm gonna look it
Yeah,
up
pull
when we
it.
get off of here.
Yeah, pull it up. Now, rebounding, I went with Kareem. That was easy because the man he 34 boards in a single game. Like, come on, bro. Like he was hawking. Like, we're not even gonna play with that.
Yeah.
Now, shooting, that was hard for me because I wanted to go statistical, but I also wanted to be logical. So I went Eddie Jones, Big Shot Robert, and Radmanovich because Radmanovich is the only Laker player that shot a 40% clip 3 years straight in a row without missing any games. Radmanovich is the highest
Hell no.
percentage shooter in there. Oh, yeah, that's it. That was my last
That
one.
nigga
So
don't belong on no list ever when
you
it
can,
comes to Lakers.
pull up the Lakers statistics. Statistically, he is the best 3-point shooter on the Lakers history because of his 3-point shooting percentage in
He
their
can
history.
shoot, no doubt, but fuck no.
So Eddie Jones, Robert Ory, and Radmanovich are shooting because
It's because you
they're the
put the
only
shooter
three.
that you're supposed to put, you put him somewhere else, and
Who?
I'll tell you in a second. I'm letting you finish your list.
Oh, that was the whole list. That was on mine.
Scoob, you didn't do the Lakers, right?
Mm.
I bet. So yeah. All right. So now I like
So
the
you go
list
ahead and
though.
get into it.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah. So starting off with shooter, you put this guy on handles, and you should have put him on shooter. Jerry West is the best shooter in Lakers history, and I'm not saying it's no question, but I'm saying he got to be up there. And before, that's why I got Nick the Quick at handles, where who was your backup on handles. You should have threw Nick at the one on the handles, and then you put Jerry at your two. I mean, at your shooter at the one, and then your list would have been top tier. But yeah, that's all. So I
Jerry
flipped.
West at shooting? Oh,
Yes, bro. 27 a
I don't.
game.
I trust
And that's
Jerry
before there
West.
was a 3-point line. He was shooting Steph Curry threes. And you can watch them videos of him
You,
really
you
in the
go.
finals wetting niggas up from three. And when there wasn't no 3-point line, they wasn't guarding out there because they're like, there ain't no
Yeah,
reason to
there
guard
was
out
like
there.
no point of reference
And
to
Jerry was
say
the
I need
only
to
one
stop
out
you
there
from getting to this
spraying.
point.
And he
But
averaged
bro,
27 on his
Jerry
career.
West only shot 47% from the field his whole career. I'm not putting him as the shooter. I
But
trust him more with the ball than I do shooting the ball. If I was gonna shoot, I could have put Elgin Baylor at shooting, bro. I didn't because the percentages don't line up. The percentages don't give it to you. It
percentage
doesn't.
don't tell the whole story. It never did. Jerry West was 1 on 5 a lot of the time, and he was a five. Well, he's 6 feet tall, and he was shooting. Most of his shots were shots like jumpers and free is mid range and 3-pointers. So his percentage is actually good for the type of shots that he was shooting. So yeah, he's the better shooter than Elgin Baylor and all of them. So there's no question. So yeah, yeah. So I got Jerry West as a shooter. Um, Defense, I like Michael Cooper. And then my honorable mention was Ron Artest. And then athleticism, like I said before, I got Shannon Brown. Just because athleticism, yes, we talking about basketball. That's why I didn't include the other things that Wilt did. We talking about athleticism and basketball. Shannon Brown was was built. He was in shape like crazy, and then the nigga could jump 50 inches in the air. Literally, he could damn near touch the top of the backboard in his prime. So he was the dude that was jumping over people's heads, and he was just the most athletic Laker I've ever seen. I don't know, so I didn't even put down an honorable mention. Wilt was super athletic too, but yeah, for a 7-footer, so when you add in all of his 7-1 and stuff, yes, that makes him even crazier. So I'm not disputing anything that Wilt did except for the folklorish shit, but that you didn't mention none of that though. But I still got to see him do the triple jump and but high jump. But that ain't gonna make me feel better because I know if Shannon Brown went out there and did the high jump, that nigga was finna jump over whatever the fuck they had out there. He was finna be breaking the records. But anyways, body was no question Shaq to me. Passing, no question.
What?
Man. Shaq, are you
Bro, you just
serious?
said, bro, you just argued that Shaq was 350 out of shape and you're gonna put him on body? You said his
It
whole
did you,
career he was like
bro?
350
Did it say athleticism or does it say body?
body.
All right, so I chose Shaq. He's the hugest body in basketball history. Why
Cannot
are
be
you
guarded one
are
on
really
one.
arguing that, bro? Cut it out.
Yes. When you just
Shaq,
sat
I
here,
chose
bro,
Shaq for body.
you
He's the
just
most
sat
dominant
here.
player ever
All
because
right,
of his body size.
all
Literally,
right,
not because of his skill set, because of his body.
One on
all
one, he
right.
cannot be
We
guarded.
chose Yao Ming for body on Rockets. So
No,
yes,
you chose
Shaq,
Yao Ming for body.
I did. You didn't do the Rockets.
Bro.
Right,
All right,
right,
go ahead.
right.
Go,
So I
go
chose
ahead.
him because
Your
I
list
did
is
the
already
list.
flawed. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So you
You
did. Of
you
course, I chose
literally,
him.
bro, you
You,
spent 20
bro, the
minutes
fact that
calling
you
Shaq
arguing Shaq
fat and
right
out
now
of
is
shape
crazy. You could have stopped me anywhere else, but you stopped me on Shaq. You looking wild right now. Go ahead.
because you literally said the
Go
man
ahead.
was, bro, you're bugging. Go
I'm
ahead.
bugging
You're right.
because I
It's
chose
your list. It's
Shaq
your
for
list. It's your list.
body.
It's your list. It's your list. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If there's anything Shaq goes on a list for, it's a body list in the Lakers history, bro. Like, come
Okay.
on, like, stop. And
All right.
yes, he was. It's not denying my point of he was out of shape and all of that shit. So, but guess what? Body in Shaq's prime, because like you said, he played himself into shape by All-Star game, Mace. So the niggas, his body still had him averaging 37 a game in the finals. So yes, obviously I'm choosing Shaq as body. I literally didn't expect you to have any pushback.
I'm surprised you did, honestly.
And who was your body person again?
LeBron.
Exactly, bro. Stop! Don't ever
Bro, get
disrespect me
out of
like
here.
this again.
Bro,
Don't ever
you
disrespect me like
sound
that again,
absurd.
bro.
You
Don't
sound
ever disrespect
absurd,
me like
bro.
that again, bro.
You
You
chose
chose LeBron over Shaq for
yes,
fucking
so
body.
dude, 6'9", 250, 1% body fat over someone 7',
I don't give
350
a fuck
pounds.
about his
Get
body
bro,
fat,
move
bro.
on, move on your list. Move on with your list. Move
This
on
is
with your
not a
list.
But
body
you,
fat
but
Move
conversation.
on
then
with your list.
you
Move on
also
with your list,
said
bro.
what contributed to his body fat being so low though.
Balco, thank you. You gave him credit for Balco. He's not on the
It's
list.
still there, bro. Call it what
Very.
you want. Look at the
All right.
number. It's cool. It's cool. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Lance Armstrong is still there too.
No, he's not. He's barred. He's been kicked
Right.
out of the Hall of Fame and took everything. Bad point. Moving
Yep.
on,
And
bro.
he never failed a drug test. He said it out of his
Yes,
own
he
mouth.
did, which is why he got kicked out of cycling. He failed many drug tests. Once they went back and pulled him, they admitted it and
No,
they called it.
he
He's
got
done,
caught.
bro,
He got caught, but he didn't.
because he was cheating.
Right.
Move
Just
on,
like
bro.
you said,
You talk
LeBron
about
is
cycling now,
cheating.
bro. Get off
Just
me.
like
No,
you said, LeBron is cheating. So why are you putting him on the list?
because even before you got LeBron cheating, he still was full-figured body. Go look at him when he was in the class. Move on. Go ahead, bro. You bugging.
I'm not denying LeBron's been in shape his whole career. Shaq was also in shape a lot of the time.
Yeah. No, he wasn't.
Like you
No, he
admitted
wasn't.
already. But
I did not
we're
agree
not
he was
talking about
in
in shape. It wasn't an in shape subject. It says body. So that's Shaq. If you think
Yes.
about body in NBA history, it's Shaq.
No.
Over anybody. Then it's
It'd
Wilt
be
Chamberlain.
Wilt. It'd be Wilt.
Then it's Wilt. No, then it's Wilt. It's Shaq.
All right, go ahead, bro. You're confusing body with power, bro. He's power. You're confusing body with power, bro.
No, I just said body. It just says
Okay.
body. It doesn't have no description. So
okay.
All right. So IQ. I couldn't put him somewhere else, so I put Kareem right here. And Kareem, you can't argue that he doesn't have an IQ. But I'm just saying it's not like he has the highest IQ ever, but I already used everybody else I wanted to use in other places. So Kareem I put for IQ. And then scoring, I put Kobe at scoring. And then Nick Van I already said I had for handles. And then rebounding, my rebounding is a stretch. So I just chose Dennis Rodman because he that's why I said 95% of the time I choose a nigga that's on the team and did great on team. Dennis Rodman didn't do nothing on the Lakers, but I put him on the rebounding list because I couldn't.
But he was still
Who
doing
else?
dirty work.
Yeah, I feel like I said about Melo and them, like you can't really argue Dennis Rodman on the rebounding list. So yeah, that's it, man. I don't want no smoke, Mace, man. Leave me alone, man.
I hate your list. Move on.
Leave me alone.
I hate your list.
Whatever, nigga. I don't like your list either. Then.
Nigga, yes, you do. You like 75% of my list. Cut it out.
It was cool, but your body, I told you your body was crazy. No Diddy. But anyways, what's the next topic?
Got some boxing shit.
Yeah, let's get into the boxing, man. Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson, man. How you feeling about it, man?